Prior to the race weekend, we participated in a test day. During this test day, we were able to test certain setup aspects of the car. And we had a few specific things on the rear of the car that we wanted to try out. The first 2 sessions of the day were perfect and dry, but after that, as soon as we started to roll out the setup testing plan, it started to rain. In hindsight, this was not a very bad thing. It was very good prep for the race. Actually, the race was also mostly mixed weather conditions. We just arrived at the track and now we're preparing to unload everything and build up the pit box. So getting all the tire racks out, everything else, building up the tents. We're just getting ready for the weekend. So we're finished here now for today and ready for tomorrow to go into the last race of the season. So it's Friday morning now, we're going to the briefing. Currently it's 9:20 in the morning and we still have about an hour to an hour and a half to go before the first practice session. So now we're basically just waiting to get some data. So it's the practice day, we have 2 practice sessions today and we're going to be basically starting out on a very similar setup that we drove on the test days last week and then trying to see if we can make some small changes, but mainly trying to get the car settled in and hoping it doesn't rain. After the practice session, we will have the data of the car and we'll go through a track map, corner by corner, listing what the car feels like. Together with the engineer, we can then look at this data and see potential changes to make the car to have it go faster. During the practice session, we would usually do a practice qualifying run. We will do a pit stop where we change to new tires. We will also have a lighter fuel load in the car, giving us a car that's very similar to how it would be in an actual qualifying. Yeah, so we just had the first qualifying of the weekend and ended up getting P7. It was a very odd quali. Also my first rain qualifying session ever in this car. So we had a yellow flag on the second lap so no one could set a time, and the first lap was again a bit of a warm-up lap. So kind of was a 1-lap shootout qualifying. This was half a second off this lap. I was playing around with the brake balance a little bit and I moved it to the front because I had some rear locks. And we can see on this tire, this is the front right tire into turn 1. Quite a good lock up. Now rain tires don't really flat spot, but you kind of get where it just tears the rubber out of the tire. Ended up getting bumped to P7. First thought it was P10, but quite unlucky. But still, we'll see what we can do with it in the race. We made some minor setup changes based on the practice sessions from yesterday. The goal of the race is to try to move forward as much as possible and well, maintain the lead in the junior championship. We had a pretty rough race today. We ended up finishing in P13. I started the race. The start was pretty good, quite a clean start, very close racing. But we made a small change from qualifying in the wet to get a bit more front end, and it ended up having a bigger effect than we hoped for. The car was hard to drive, very tricky. So especially my dad. He had quite some troubles with it, ended up having quite some oversteer and also a spin. So that's why the P13 result. Now we went back a bit with the setting and hope that the car is better for tomorrow. During the Sunday, the weather conditions were very mixed. Before race 2, we had a hard decision to make whether to start the race on slicks or the wet tires. We ended up choosing for the slick tires. However, driving out the pit lane, it was still quite wet. We still managed to make it to the grid, where we ended up changing the nose of the car very quickly and could start the race without any damage. We started the race in P13 and ended up finishing it in P8. This result, combined with the rest of the season, ended up being enough to secure us the championship victory in the junior category. Max van der Snel. All in all, I learned a lot from my first season in the Prototype Cup. I'm very happy that we won the junior and trophy championship, and I'm looking forward to race again next season.